Well, welcome back to Alaska Woodyard, everyone.
Hi.
So we have Diesel, Isabel, and Woodrow.
I'm just glad I don't have to hold Woodrow.
I gotta put this dog down.
Let's see where he's gonna go.
So you're not running the Cord King today?
I am not. I plan on being either in the shop, turning bowls, or in the house cooking. Makes no difference. I'm not in the wind.
Now, you're not gonna split some bundle wood today?
I do need to split bundle wood. Boy, that has just been flying off the shelves.
So that's gonna be a good thing that's one of our topics today is profits, and you're making a profit on the bundle wood.
Yes, I am. We have moved the operation now inside the woodshed.
Well, let's run in. This wind is cold.
Yes.
So we're going to run inside and we'll be back with you here shortly. Well, we're out here. I'll just take a quick view here of our wood shed. We're actually doing really well on our wood. We haven't burned up 2 full rows yet, so we've probably burned about a quart of wood, which is really good for the cold wind we've had. And we have burned a couple wheelbarrow loads of the scraps, but we're doing pretty well on the firewood this year. How about you guys? You burning a lot of wood? So this is some of the eastern red cedar, aromatic red cedars I call it. I brought up 20 years ago when I moved to Alaska. And this is some of the aspen poplar I sawed. Yeah, I'll take you over here to Jill's little workstation. So she's got some more coats on. She's still in the house getting supper prepared. This is one of the bowls that she's working on. So I was telling you about making a profit. The other day, I needed some blades for my table saw. I know they're quite expensive, and I had some blades here. And I said, I don't use it a lot, and I'm not a professional woodworker, so I wasn't going to invest a ton of money. My brother in New York, he's a famous woodworker, builds a lot of things, well known in the area, of course. So I have just a little Powermatic, an old Powermatic table saw. It must have been 6-7 years ago. I bought this Craftsman, pretty nice table saw, had some of a special fence on it. I didn't know much about woodworking, but I thought it was a pretty nice rig for $500. Well, I contacted the fella, and he said he had some blades with it and some extra things. So I went down, looked at it. It started right up, worked nice, so I bought it. And he told me it was a direct drive, the motor's right to the blade. And I found out later that's not the best system. That he put $3,000 in the motor. Yeah, okay. I get the thing home the next day, it quits working. I call him up, he's got the receipt. He put $3,300 into a Craftsman 2-horse motor. They don't make it anymore. I have no idea why this guy did this. They hand wound this motor in Anchorage at an electrical shop and made him a new motor. I don't understand it. Anyway, I was so discouraged and I checked on the motors, couldn't get one anywhere. I just literally threw the table saw in the dump. I was just so discouraged, just threw it away, so that's my $500 loss. So yesterday, I was looking for blades and he gave me a bunch of blades and I never really looked at them. I went into that box of blades, started going through them, and there's Forest brand, which some of you woodworkers are, I'm sure, familiar with, and Freud, some other pretty name brand. There's over $1,800 worth of brand new blades in that box, so I made a profit. So I was glad I didn't throw those away. So I had, these are kind of inexpensive. They were just Irwin blades, so these aren't too much. These are like $28, $29 a piece at our local hardware store. That Forest blade that I was looking at in that box, I looked at it last night, $189 for one blade. Unbelievable. So I lucked out there, so I did make a profit. And then I was talking with Jill about labeling her bowls, and she had no idea what to charge for some of these bowls. So some smaller bowls like this in Alaska, this is about 7 inches, I would say, maybe a little, yeah, about 7 inches. Those bowls here on Facebook, they're asking $30 and up. And some of the bigger bowls up to $180 for some of those nicer bowls. So we do gun shows, and she takes some of her alpaca hats and some scrunchies and some scarves that she makes from the alpacas. And then she also sells some of these bowls. And she started out making little bonkers, like fish bonkers, and little mallets, something simple. Here's older ones that she's just kind of abandoned, but these little herb grinders. So they sold pretty well last year, so she didn't know what to charge. And I said, well, those nice burl bowls, I would probably see if you can get $25, $30 out of them. Is it a profit? She worked all day. Basically, by the time she starts, gets done, gets the finish on it, lets it dry, comes back to it the next day, resands, refinishes. She's got 7, 8 hours into those bowls. So is it a profit? Well, yeah, kind of, because the wood is free, pretty much. I mean, we get the knots and the burls off our firewood. Other than electricity to run the lathe, which is minimal, we can't really do much outside. So instead of just sitting in the house and watching soap operas, I let her come out to the shop and turn bowls, and I watch the soap operas so I can tell her what's going on. No, we both come out and tinker around, so whatever we do, I guess is going to be a profit. Now, could you make a living doing it? Not here in Alaska. I don't believe you could. There's not the, I guess not the people that are out willing to buy, or the customer base, I guess. And I was looking at John's video yesterday from frickin' Jeep, and as some of you watched him, he's had a really nice red oak, and he sawed it up for firewood. Well, he started splitting it. It didn't look 100% on the sawing it up, but when he got it, started splitting it, a beautiful log. And I texted him, said, boy, I said, I'd be putting that on the mill. He said, well, he couldn't sell boards down there where he is in Maryland, and he needed firewood because it was 7 above. Up here, that oak log would easily bring $12 a board foot, easily. And some of the walnut now, and even the cherry that I brought up, $25 a board foot. So for me to go down and get a load, even with a pickup and a big trailer, I can bring back 2,500 feet, maybe 3,000, depending on what I bring up. It costs us $4,000 just for fuel, and any way around, hard driving, it's 12 days round trip. That's pushing it. We can drive it in 5 days, but you're going to earn it. So a big profit? No. But when I go back, and if I'm coming back up anyway with a trailer, I bring my own lumber. I bring up some special lumber. You could make a little bit on it. But there's not the demand here either for the wood. Now I can sell some of this cherry. I have sold for $12 a board foot. Some of the bigger stuff I have gotten a little more. Those big cherry slabs, they'll easily bring 1,000 a piece, but I sell 1 a year. So huge profit, slow coming in. The firewood, on the other hand, we can't keep it. We don't advertise, we don't really deliver other than very local. And we had a customer ask us about how many cord of wood did we sell last year or this year? Well, we've done some pretty quick figures. We keep track of the dry and the green wood separate, and we're right at 170 cord of dry wood since January and 70 cord of fresh cut green, and we have more ready to go of both. And I've cut back on the logs, but we sold, couldn't believe it, 44 loads of logs this year, and I've been really cutting back on that. A couple years ago, we sold 200 loads of logs. So busy, far more than we want to do. And honestly, you could make a pretty good living up here doing firewood. Sawmills, I could if I had the logs. In this location, a lot of demand, not good wood. So by the time I get the logs hauled in, it's not profitable. So like the spruce up here, we're paying $1.25, like $1,200, $1,250 per thousand. Crazy high money. So not the profit that would be down, I would think, in the lower 48 red oak, and the redwoods are coming back, the cherries and the oaks. Red oak is coming back, the colors are getting more and more demand, so hopefully that'll prices will come up for you guys down there. I was in that market for 21 years and it's up and down, so when it's booming, you're making a good living, and when it's bust, you're starving to death. So that's kind of the way it goes, almost like dairy farming. All right, we had to move this operation back inside. That wind is colder than it looks.
It's very cold.
As you'll see in the video later on, I was out earlier filming there before Jill came out, and I was explaining a little bit about the splitter. And I did get it working, so we're going to take it out with the tractor, and when Jill's ready to split, I think she's going to head to the shop and do some turning because it's nice and warm out there.
Well, I have a little bit of bundle wood still. I mean, I could probably bundle maybe 20 bundles. So it's not like I have to do it today, but probably tomorrow. I mean, we've just been going through the bundles because of the cold. People are just trying to stay warm. Last night we did play Santa and Mrs. Claus. I was the Mrs. Jeff was the Santa, and gave some people a third of a cord
Of dry wood.
of dry birch
We delivered.
for Christmas.
Yeah,
a Christmas gift.
We delivered it. We knew the people may be in need, so as Russ says on Willie's Firewood, if you can help somebody out, we're fortunate and we can help somebody out, and hopefully we can help more people.
Right. Oh yeah.
So, yeah, the old splitter, we were going down.
Taking a little nosedive on me yesterday.
Yeah, so we've kind of narrowed it down. We watched Tony's Cool Tools last year, and he had a split fire. I think the one we're looking at is a 2265. Don't quote me on the number. It's a horizontal splitter with I think a 4-way wedge is what we're looking at. We don't necessarily need the table, but we'll probably get it just for more of a workstation. And mainly Jill's going to use it for a resplit, and you don't really care for the vertical splitters, do you?
I've never used one. I mean, this is what I've used, and I used Pete's.
Yep.
He brought his one time.
So he had the 511. That thing's a monster. That's the big real deal there that Eastman made.
Yeah.
That'll go through the wood like you can't believe. So we don't need that big of a splitter.
Right.
Normally, and then we're obviously retired, so we're only doing 300 cord a year. We're not like a big full-time
Right.
operation where we're running thousands of cords a year.
Right.
So
We just do it just because
Yeah.
we enjoy the wood. I take it so I can turn it. The best pieces.
So you see why I'm not making a profit? Things that we make profit on here in Alaska, you could not make profit on down in the lower 48 and vice versa. So
Right.
getting things here for us is expensive. The simplest thing is that wood splitter. If we can't get hands-on, like Jill got to try out Pete's 511, so she has an idea now, that big commercial splitter, what it feels like, how it works. We're buying pretty much a cat in the bag.
Right.
Really don't know if she's going to like it. So we're going to try to make it down in March to I think it's called, I'm not sure. We found out about it on Willie's Firewood's channel last week. They're having it's March 13th and 14th in southeastern Tennessee.
Yeah, I think so.
Not too far from my daughter's place. So we're going to try to make it down there for that weekend and then see my daughter. Jill gets off her cruise the first week in March. So I'll meet her down there. I'll be up here struggling in the cold.
What works here for us that may not work for you guys, where it is profitable for us, is that the customers stop here and either drop their trailer off or we're able to load their truck or trailers or whatever they have to fill up with firewood. We don't have to go the expense of going someplace with the firewood. We do have to bring it here. So we delivered very little. And for us, not having to travel, we could stay here, keep processing. Even people in the springtime went to Greenwood. So I'm able to process it right into their trailer and not even handle it outside of putting it on the live deck. And that's what I usually have Jeff do, put it on the live deck for me.
So one of the other differences is here is we're 25 miles from town, from the major, any kind of a town. The local Sutton is 10 miles away. There's just a few, yeah, families, a post office and a bar and a general store, and what else would you need? So that's it. And then a lot of customers go to Valdez, Glen Allen, Kenny Lake, which is all north of us, and only one highway, so they have to go by here. So when they go down to do their shopping, they stop and load up. And it's 2 hours, 3 hours, 5.5 hours to Valdez. There's no way we could deliver any amount of wood, even on a semi, and be profitable. So when they come by, they stop and pick up the wood. Now, that works for us, and we can make a profit by not delivering. We charge the same amount that most people, actually some people deliver less for here locally, but we're on the main highway here when they go by. The wood's out front where they can see it. And we got a lot of return customers, so now every year they're just dropping their trailers off. They'll go to town, come back sometimes a day, 2 days later, pick up the trailer load of the wood, and they're going back north. So that's kind of our system.
Right, and we don't have the expense of advertising. They'll stop and take a picture of my label off of my bundle wood. So as far as being on Facebook or anywhere else trying to sell the wood, we don't, it's word of mouth now.
Yeah, it's not a cost anymore to advertise too much, but it's the headache and then dealing with the Facebook ads. We don't have to do that. So we actually welcome people into the Woodyard, and we prefer that. I know there's some, when I was back east logging, a lot of guys done delivery only. The one fellow that we sold and cut a lot of wood for, Ed and I, especially Ed, cut a lot of wood for this one firewood dealer. He delivered only. Nobody picked up at his house. So it's just different areas do different type things. So some people want their privacy and don't want people around, and for us, it's just the opposite. We want the people to come here, and we don't want to leave. We want to be here working.
Right, and if they need it stacked and they're willing to stack it, or I'll stack it while they, Jeff and the customer helps put the wood into the truck or trailer or whatever we're doing. Stacking is becoming a priority of mine, it seems like. I'm always stacking something.
I was always brought up on the farm. We always stacked our wood, piled it, however you want to say it. We stacked it up. Well, when we got the processor, we didn't want to be touching wood, and time is money, and we're producing so much you wouldn't have time to stack it all. So the first year worked out great. It dried well in the piles up on pallets. The pallets didn't work so well with the tractor, even though we were picking them up every time. We wouldn't drive on them or anything. It just didn't hold up well. Nails, just a pain. So we had better pallets last year and made smaller stacks, and it molded. And come to find out from the Forest Service, the birch has got a lot of sugar in it, as the hard maple. And with the rain, it's impossible, no matter what you do, even in a pile, it'll mold to a certain degree. Not a dangerous mold, but just looks. So
It doesn't look pretty.
as you can see in the video there in one of the clips, how fast that wood's drying. I took the camera out and showed them, so you can edit that in there to show them how much more it's dried in this week. It's unbelievable. That wood is ready to burn, and it's been cut 4.5 weeks.
Wow.
5 weeks. It's ready to go. It's that dry. I did not do a moisture meter reading on there, but right now our outside humidity is 44%, and that wind, it's like being in a kiln. It's unbelievable, really, how it's drying. And
Right.
and we, you know, it's kind of almost like freeze drying. Wood does dry fast in the wintertime. We've had a couple of viewers and a couple channels comment to us and email us about how fast their wood's drying too in the drier weather. So it does make a difference. And
Well, and in our forecast, we're not even scheduled for snow.
I told them till the first of the year.
Yeah, way out there. I don't think I've ever had a Thanksgiving and Christmas in the same year with no snow, ever. I mean, this is a first for me,
So, and it's cold.
but it is cold.
That wind is raw. So,
Yeah.
well, we'll take them out to your shop and maybe we can get a couple quick shots of you getting ready to turn a bowl or prepping or show them some of your work.
Hey, so as you can tell, we're back in the shop, and this week I've been busy. I've been working with the birch bowls. This one here is stained and pretty much finally got it finished. If I signed it, that means I'm done with it. And these here, this is a birch burl, actually, because of the spots on it. This one here is another burl birch, which I thought was pretty cool, having a little bit of character to it. Just to kind of throw your keys in, paper clips if you have an office, that kind of stuff. Here's one I just did today that I don't have a finish on, but I just finished it up this morning.
And that one there was fresh cut. That's the burl that we cut off last week here. And you discovered about the microwave from another wood turner.
Yes, I did. Holy smokes. I put it in the microwave for a minute at a time until probably 20 different times until there's no moisture in it, and then I can turn around and turn it again. And
So you have to let it cool down?
I let it cool down. And then, which is only about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, cool it down, throw it back in the microwave for a minute, and I can turn around and turn it within a day. Otherwise, we're talking months, probably 6 to 8 months before I could have turned this without the microwave. And this is my little grinder. I'll be finishing him up today. I have a stick of wood right here that I'll make the grinding part of it and put in there.
That's black cherry.
That is black cherry.
Everything is birch from Alaska. That's a piece of black cherry that we brought back.
Yep. And then these you saw just last week when we were out here.
So we make some profit on the firewood and we made good profit on the logs. We can make more on the firewood, cutting and splitting it. So if you're burn wood and you want to make a little extra money, you can start a little firewood roadside stand in your area. We're going to let you guys go, but there's profits to be made, and no matter what you do in the wood business. And here with the cold weather with us, Joe could be in turning, and I'm going to start making. I'm going to let you guys in the comments know if you know what a whirligig is. So I was been fascinated with these since I was a child. My neighbor, the old neighbor up the road, used to make them. He had a woodworking shop, an old Frenchman, and he was retired at a sawmill. And I used to do a little bit of part-time work with him, helping him with the hay and everything. He made these whirligigs. And I'm going to start making them here in the shop. They're, I shouldn't say simple, but they're...
Don't give too much away.
I won't. They can be complicated. But I'm going to start doing those, and those are going to be very profitable. And I think they're going to be very profitable no matter where you live in the United States, because they're starting to come back. So they originated 500 years ago, over 500 years ago in Europe. So if you think you know what it is, don't Google it, don't cheat. Let me know what you think they are. And I've got, I'll be showing you some here as soon as I get some made up. Well, welcome back out here, everyone. It's cold. I had to come back out and do some more footage. Our camera battery went dead. So we're back out here with Woodrow, and the wind is still blowing. Woodrow says seasons, greetings, and Merry Christmas from the Alaska Woodyard. And he is not going to the woods today. So we were talking about profits earlier, and I wanted to take you over and show you the wood here. How much this is dried out already. So A lot of channels, a lot of big discussions about stacking wood or piling it and just putting it in a pile. But we had to wind up stacking some this year. And this is the fresh cut green wood. And we started cutting this in November. It is December 16th. This was all fresh cut October, November. The logs were cut in November. We hauled them home, cut them up, and split those on the, drove them through the processor, and we got them piled up. And then we had some over in the woodyard, some short pieces we cut up, and that's pretty much ready to go. So a couple things on the stacking is, or piling it. The customers do, most of them come in and see the wood piled up, get a lot of compliments how nice it looks, and they get an idea how much they're buying. They know how much a half cord is or a third cord pile if they can get it in a pickup or on a trailer. Gives them a much better idea. And I don't know if we make more money that way, but we are selling a little bit more wood, seems to be, when people see it like that. So, and the other thing is, by making a profit, we're not giving them too much. There's a lot of formulas to figure out loose wood. We were doing 185 cubic feet loose for a cord to 190. Some of them bigger loads, we were giving them almost a half a cord more. We had a couple loads that were borderline, so we decided, well, we're just going to stack it. And we know how much we have in the yard. The customer knows how much they're getting, no question. We are going to put a couple big piles out here loose this winter on pallets again and load with the tractor, but we're stacking more and more of it. And we'd like to say hi to some of our new subscribers. Albert and Susie, welcome aboard from New York, northern New York. Hi up there, Dale and Donna. They're our subscribers in New York. Pam, she's in northern Kentucky. We got a lot of subscribers around the country in different parts. Thanks everyone for helping our channel and staying with us. And that wind is brutally cold out here today. I'm gonna come over here out of the wind. There's our log dog trailer, been sitting idle for 10 days, 2 weeks now. We haven't done anything with that. Got the sawmill cleaned out, got my tractor under cover. The other thing on the profits is we sell all of our sawdust. The super sacks sell for $30 a bag, and we have a waiting list for those. It's a coarse sawdust off the processor and a coarse sawdust off the circle mill. So a lot of people use it for horses, chickens, mostly for horses, a lot of horses here in Alaska. So that's another way we make profit. We actually save all the kindling strips and small strips off the processor, separate them out as we have time. We sell that, that's all an extra profit. So lots of ways to make extra money. Thanks for joining us in the Alaska Woodyard. We keep the sawdust flying, the chips flying.
Thanks for coming along.